Good evening, everyone. This is Mr. Taylor with Young Engineers of Today. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today and had a fantastic weekend. I'm doing well. Thank you, Henry. Katie, my cold is doing much better. Got some rest this weekend as well as took a lot of extra vitamin C this weekend. Oh, but thank you for asking. I hope all of you are doing well and had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Today, first off, I just want to ask that who here can hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me. Okay, Elizabeth, Henry, Katie, Evan, Marissa. Excellent, excellent. All right, let's put our hands down. Um, Please raise your hand if you can see my screen. Okay, Elizabeth can, Henry, Katie, Alex, Marissa, Evan. It's fantastic. All right. All right. Today, as you can see, we're going to be moving into electricity and circuits. If you were in Charlotte on Thursday's lab, we did introduction to snap circuits and started using those. And this Saturday, if you're in Raleigh, you will be with Mr. Dubik using snap circuits and doing some electricity and electronics. All right. Now, tonight, you will need your snap circuit kits near you. All right. We're going to be using them during the lab. So raise your hand if you need to go get your snap circuit kit. All right. I'm going to take a minute, go get your kit. Once you have your snap circuit kit, tell me in the chat that we have it. Thank you, Evan. Great job. Hey, Max, what I need you to do is go get your snap circuit kit. All right? Thank you, Henry. All right, Marissa, if you don't have them with you, no problem. Just try to participate as much as you can, as well as what you can do is get a pencil and paper. Thank you, Zach. Marissa, get a pencil and paper and see if you can draw the circuits as we go. Like we're going to learn a little bit about schematics and see if you can do that. Does that make sense, Marissa? Yes, Marissa, I'll call on you. Yes, Marissa, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't there at the webinar for the last week. We were at the beach and we were busy on Mondays and Wednesdays and at all the times. And I did download Lynn City though, and I did the webinars recorded. So.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad you caught up. What did you think of Lynn City? How did you do?
It was confusing at first, and then because I didn't know how to build stuff, and then I figured it out. So now I think my population's still in the 200s.
Okay. But hey, it hasn't gone down.
And I can't get it I can't get my tech level up.
What you need to do is increase your universities and schools.
See, but the problem is I'm only at one, and I can't put schools and universities on the thing.
Okay,
It won't let me.
It takes time because you have to have other resources built up. It's as if you're playing the game Clash of the Clans. Have you ever played that?
No.
It's one of those games where you can't build other features until you build other levels to certain basic features.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right. All right. Evan has his hand raised. Yeah, Evan, go ahead.
I was pretty sure that you need to build monuments to actually get levels.
All right, then build monuments. Those will work as well. Good. Thank you for the support, Evan. Appreciate it. Good job. And lastly, let's call on Katie.
Um, well, we need the books inside the plastic wrapping.
Say that one more time, please.
Do we need like the instruction book and all those, or are we just going to be listening off of you?
You can have them nearby in case you need them for support.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Wow. All right, everyone. Seems like we don't have any more questions, so let's start moving. All right, we're going to start off learning about basics of electricity and electronics tonight. All right, electrical circuits are a lot like water or plumbing systems because electricity flows to them just the way water flows through pipes, but in a closed system type of manner. So the way water flows, it travels through different pipes. It can increase pressure or decrease pressure. We have the same type of concept going on with electricity. Now, some really key words that help you think about electricity. First is voltage. Voltage is a pushing force that pushes the current through the circuit. Think about this in this way with this waterfall. Gravity is pushing the water down. All right. Okay. So that is voltage. Voltage is this push. Okay. And we measure voltage in volts. And we use a voltmeter to do so. Way we measure this. And we can calculate how many volts something has. For example, a AA battery, which all of us are very familiar with, is 1.5 volts. When we put two of them together, we have 3 volts. And what you can do is you can measure them with such a device, a voltmeter, and determine how much voltage it has. If it starts dropping below 1.5, you know that the battery is using energy. All right. As we know, measuring voltage, there's a different cell produce different voltages. Cells meaning batteries. The bigger the current, we typically have bigger the voltage. All right. Now, our next big term we need to look at is resistance. It's another way of thinking about electricity. And resistance is the friction that impedes the flow of current through the circuit. And for this example, using the water flowing just like electricity flows, it's the rocks that are getting in the way. The rocks are slowing down the river from flowing. In pipes, maybe a pipe is going from a wider pipe to a smaller pipe, so it's limiting the flow, it's restricting it. All right, it's resistance, and we have actual devices called resistors that actually do this for us. Okay. Our next major term is current. This is the actual substance. This is the electricity, our electrons that are flowing through a wire. All right. In this case, in a river, that would be the water. Okay, when we are directly referring to the water analogy. Electrical current consists of charged particles, as we said, electrons, and they flow through the metal wires, just like I said, water flowing through hollow pipes. All right, that is our current. Now, we measure current in amps. Just like voltage, we measure those in volts. And in resistance, we'll come to learn that we measure resistance in ohms. Max, you're correct. A resistor is like a rock in a river, as Max typed in, because it's slowing down the water, it's impeding it. from moving. Okay, Katie, we are not hacking Minecraft. Um, this in this unit, I believe in the middle school class, the middle school or high school young engineers course, they hack Minecraft on Raspberry Pis. Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you for sharing, Katie. All right. And the fact is, all these terms, current is measured in amps, voltage is measured in volts, resistance is measured in ohms. It shows that they can all be measured, they can be calculated, and they're all related. All right, we had a few images here. I want to show you them, and I want your opinion and tell me why or why not this simple circuit would work. Okay? So raise your hand and tell me why and explain. First one, would this work? All right, let's go with Henry.
No, because it's not going from and back. You can't travel the electrons there with its positive charge and back with its negative.
Okay, great. Thank you. Good job, Henry. Good job. All right, let's check out our next image. Would this work? All right, let's go with Marissa. Marissa, you're unmuted.
No, unless the light bulb. No, it's not traveling in a full circle.
Okay, good. Not traveling a full circle. All right, great job, Marissa. Thank you. All right, let's go with the next one. Would this work? All right, let's go with Max. Max.
It still wouldn't work because, again, it's not in a complete circle.
All right. Thank you, Max. Now, this last image is the closest one to working. And the reason why is because if it was connected, if we actually connected the wire and the bulb to touch, to complete the positive negative connection, this battery, it would be a closed circuit. And a closed circuit allows the electricity to flow in this circular process. Okay. All right. All right. Let's keep moving forward. All right. Now, with scientists and people that do circuitry, electronics, electrical engineers, etc., they use diagrams. They use schematics is another word for them, where every circuit piece has a symbol. As you can see here is a very basic circuit that and each part has a symbol for it. One, a cell. A cell is just another word for a basic battery. We'll look at that more in the future. You have your battery, then you have your lamp, your light bulb there, and a switch and wires. And this matches the same as the actual picture. All right. Thank you, Zach, for sharing as well. They weren't connected in the last image. Very good. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is our two basic simple circuits. All right. We have our series circuit where everything runs in a row. They're one path for electricity. One light goes out and the circuit is broken. Every time I think of this, it reminds me when I was a kid. Around Christmas time, we'd have to put up our Christmas lights, put our Christmas tree lights, etc. And we used to have these really old lights where they ran in series. So when one bulb went out, the whole chain of light bulbs went out. Maybe your parents remember these. But if you do, if you remember these, you can go ahead and raise your hand if you've ever seen these. But all of them they would just go out. And I remember my dad giving me this tester bulb, and he was like, "All right, I need you to just." You would just sit there and you'd pull one bulb out at a time and replace it with the tester bulb and find the one that was dead. And I see Marissa and Max have seen these before as well. It drove me crazy as a kid. And I remember doing that. Thank goodness we have not just series circuits, but we have parallel circuits. Because parallel circuits kept me from doing this the older I got when we updated our Christmas lights. The parallel circuit, there's many paths for electricity. One light goes out and the other stays on. As the bottom image shows that the first light bulb would go out, because they're all interconnected, electricity will keep flowing instead of using one as a basically wire in the first one. Electricity has to flow through one to go to the other one. And there's some other negatives from using a series circuit when you're using your voltage. Okay. Elizabeth says she's seen these before too. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, Max, you have your hand up, so I'll give a call on you. Max, go ahead.
Last year in science class, I worked with the series circuit and parallel circuit.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing, Max. All right, let's go with Alex. Alex, go ahead.
My family's Christmas tree lights are a series circuit.
Oh, wow. Do you have to ever do what I had to do?
Yeah.
Lots of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, womp womp. Thanks for sharing, Alex. Yeah, exactly. You nailed it. All right. Thank you, Alex, for sharing. I can feel your pain on those Christmas tree lights. All right, Marissa, you have your hand up. Go ahead, Marissa.
What's the difference between a simple circuit and a parallel circuit?
They're both simple circuits, the basics of series and parallel. You can just have more complex versions of these. They're both simple circuits. It's just
A series circuit or?
They're both. We're looking at very basic circuits, a series and a parallel. Does that make sense, Marissa? They're one and the same. Marissa, you still there? Okay. All right. Zach has seen these types of series as well. Now we have parallel. And parallel are great because when my parents finally bought these types of Christmas tree lights, and parallel in this, I'm just using those like for example. I remember like if one bulb went out, I could easily just find it and change it. It was like a hop, skip, and a jump to the finish line. Now, in all of our electronics, we typically have these types of circuits and all the different types of technologies you have at your house, etc., etc. You will find versions of simple and series circuits on a more complex level. And typically, most of the time, we end up using parallel. All right, it's time to use your snap circuits. What I'd like you to do is first build a very basic snap circuit. I want you to build a series circuit here, just a very basic one. Just battery, connect it to a light bulb. If you understand my instructions, raise your hand. Okay, majority of you, go ahead. And then to those who want to get more creative, after you do this, after you have one light bulb, and this is typically your L1 and L2, add a second light bulb in a series and see what happens. Okay? All right, I'm going to put your hands down. You can go ahead and try that now. All right, Henry has something to say. Henry, go ahead.
What if I already made a series circuit with a fan and a light bulb?
Awesome. What happens to before I want you to answer, I'll call on you in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
What I want you to do now is build a series circuit with 3.
Okay.
Okay? Because I want to give everyone else a chance to figure this out. Okay? Thank you, Henry. If you agree that this will take about 5 minutes for you to try 1, 2, and 3, raise your hands. If you want 5 minutes, you think that's a good enough amount of time. Todd, Brendan. All right. Thank you, Alex. Katie. Good. Good. We'll give you 5 minutes. You're going to build a circuit. You can either use L1, L2, D1, D2, or you can throw a motor in there if you want. We'll have fun with it. Thanks. Henry's creativity. Okay. Katie, get your hand up.
I tried something. It didn't work.
It did or did not?
It did not.
Okay. What did you try?
Well, I tried with the music box. Then I tried to hook it up to the speakers with batteries and on and off switch.
All right. Well, it's a nice try.
Yeah. I think I knew what happened. I think I didn't connect. Well, when I used the 3 connect and it went and then it went off. So I think it stopped there.
Okay. What you could do in the future is just look up in one of the manuals for you to do it, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and try this though. All right, Katie.
Okay.
Thank you, Katie. They call on Brendan. Hey, Brendan.
I don't have any batteries for the little B1 thing.
All right, you don't have any batteries. Do you have any batteries nearby?
I'm not sure. I have a solar power thingy from my other kit.
You could try that, but that might work depending on how much light you have. Thank you, Max. Max is done. Try that, all right? And let me know, okay? Thank you, Brendan. Let's go call on Zachary. Yes, Zach.
You did.
Zach, are you all finished?
It worked. I tried it with 1 and 2.
What happened to the brightness of the bulb?
Well, the first one is really dim and the second one's bright.
Okay, yeah. The energy is being used up in one of them, so it's not traveling to the next one. Great job. Max says same thing happened. Excellent. If you want, try it with a motor while we're waiting for some other people to see and see what happens to that motor if you change it in position with the light bulb.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Zach. Henry, go ahead, Henry.
I finished.
What happened to the brightness of your light bulbs?
It dimmed the more I got.
Okay, good. Did you try it with a motor?
Yes, sir.
Cool. What happened with your motor's speed?
It slowed down.
Good, very good. You see what the other negative use here of a series? A series just doesn't. If we have to change it out, it disappears. But at the same time, the previous items use up more of the power. So the longer the series is, the weaker the last thing's going to be.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Henry. Let's go with Marissa. Yes, Marissa. Marissa,
Here's just a suggestion. So you know how your snap circuit kit comes with 2 battery things?
Yeah, the B1 and B2.
If you fill the both battery things up, B1 and B2, if you put both of those on the circuit, then if you had 2 light bulbs, then the light bulb would get brighter.
Very cool. Yeah, because you're actually doubling your voltage. You're going from each one of those AA batteries is 1.5, so you just went from 3 to 6 volts. So yeah, very cool. Thank you, Marissa. Great discovery. All right, let's go with Katie. You have your hand raised. Yeah, Katie. Nice job, Zach.
My light bulb is broken.
All right. It's broken in your kit.
Yeah, like inside the thing, the light bulb is like bent.
Will it turn on or will it not turn on?
It's still light, okay.
I think it will still light up.
Okay, then that means that the filament's still intact and the wiring it's just shifted.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, everyone. See, everyone's done this, and we've all come to the conclusion. We realize that a series it uses up more power. Now, what I want you to do is do the same thing, but make a parallel circuit, very similar to this image here in this below image, and you can try it with 2 light bulbs and a motor, or a motor and a light bulb and an LED. It's up to you. Go ahead and make a parallel circuit. And what I want you to do is place 2 bulbs in parallel. And what do you notice about the brightness of the bulbs? Add a 3rd light bulb in the circuit. What do you notice about the brightness of the bulb? And then the middle, even if it's a motor or a light bulb, pull it out and see if your 3rd item will still be lit. If you understand my instructions, and I will leave them up on here, raise your hand. Henry, thank you. Zach, thank you. Max, thank you. All right, Evan, great. Alex, great. All right, and I'll give you guys about 5 minutes to do this. If we get done before that, we'll just keep rocking and rolling, all right? Once you're done, raise your hand or type in, and we can talk about it. Great, Katie, the light bulb works. Awesome. Good. I see Marissa's done. Henry's done. Brendan. Good, good, good. Keep up the great work, everybody. Taha's done. Max. All right, Marissa, I'll give you a call. All right. Marissa, what's going on?
So, I don't have my Snapchat with me, but I was just wondering, what would happen, like, if you had the bulb and then you just use, like, a 3 or a 2 to attach the bulb to the battery thing?
Mm-hmm.
Would it turn on without the switch?
Try it. You tell me.
I don't have my kit.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I was getting real teachery there. Yeah, it would just directly connect. All your switch is doing is a physical interaction that is telling it mechanically, allow power to continue or do not allow power to continue. Just like your light switch.
Oh, okay.
Like
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean there. I just wanted you to experiment. I forgot you didn't have your kit.
It's fine.
All right. Thank you, Marissa. All right. Katie even said, oh, yeah, it will. All right, I'm going to put your hands down. And would anyone like to share what they discovered? What happened when you did these things with the parallel circuit? Let's go with Brendan. Brendan, go ahead.
Well, I used a fan And well, since the fan's not connecting right when I put down the other half of the other connector or the other thing that it passes through, since it doesn't connect, it just zoomed and hit the roof. But it worked pretty well. And also, a couple weeks ago, when I tried my other snap circuits kit, I had to make a little thingy that makes a space war sound like bombs and little lasers. And you're supposed to use a solar panel. And I tried something. First I used it and it didn't work. It wasn't as powerful, but I tried batteries. And I thought that it must have worked. It went twice as fast. And I figured it probably went that fast because it had more power than the solar panel did.
Yeah, awesome. Very good. Thanks for sharing all that. All right, Max, and Brendan was dead on with that information. Great job. Max.
Whoops, I forgot to put my hand down.
Oh, no problem. All right, thanks, Max. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, as we notice that our energy flow in a parallel circuit will continue, even if you have a piece missing, etc. And I think Brendan did a great job explaining some information there. All right, let's go on to some more things. All right, with current, the way we measure current is in amps. And we use an ammeter. Typically, we find our ammeter alongside is part of a multimeter. Multimeter will measure resistance, current, and voltage instead of having like 3 separate ones of a voltmeter. All right, and we call on Katie. Katie, yes.
I had a snap circuit. My mom always told me not to make short circuits because it always wears out the battery faster.
Yes, it will do. That's a great information. Max, I'm glad it works for you now. Thank you, Katie, for your information.
You're welcome.
That's very helpful. Okay. Henry states he has a multimeter. Very good. All right. Moving forward. All right. From a schematic aspect, if we integrated an ammeter or even a multimeter, etc., this is how it would look in a series parallel circuit. Hopefully, in some of the other snap circuit kits that maybe you'll get the chance to use or see or own in the future, they have them that come with like a little multimeter that you attach in, especially if you have the solar panel ones, they show you there. All right, Max has his hand raised. Go ahead, Max.
I was playing around with the snap circuits, and one of the pieces fell off, but I left the on button on, and so I touched the 2 sides of the circuits where the piece had fallen off, and it turns out that my bones were the conductors.
Yeah, your body is a conductor. Very great discovery. Yeah, you are a conductor. Very good. It's the reason people can become electrocuted, because our nervous system runs off of electrical impulses. All right. Thanks, Max. Great discovery. All righty then. Let's keep moving forward. You guys are doing fantastic this evening. Loving the participation. As I said, measuring volts. We have a multimeter. As you can see, it's pretty much the same exact image as prior. All right. And that's how you would see it in this symbol, in this schematic / otherwise known as a diagram. Okay. Now, we're going to go over a few components and vocabulary now. And basically what we're going to be doing is giving you some background information on what some of the components of your snap circuit kits are and what they do, as well as look at what the snap circuit symbol is, the shape of it compared to the real life part of it, as well as the schematic diagram symbol. All right, let's start off with our batteries. As we know, batteries push electrical charge through actually flows in the circuit isn't complete. The battery has two terminals labeled positive and negative. As you can see, we have our symbol over here in the right-hand corner, and then to the left of it, you have your snap circuit image. All right. Now, a cell, we keep hearing the word cell. A cell is just referring to a chemical energy that is stored. A battery is a electrochemical reaction. It has these chemical reactions that take place in a battery, and when eventually they're completely used up, the battery is done. And you have different batteries that last longer and do more of this or less of this. Okay, a wire. A schematic wire is just a line with your snap circuit. It has the blue connectors. They can be either 5, 6, I think longer than that, 3, 2, and even 1 button. And they just allow you to snap everything together. All right, next is resistors. We talked about resistance. These are resistors. These serve as a current path that limits the amount of electrical current flow and reduces the pressure, which means the voltage drops. Resistance, as I stated, is measured in ohms. And the resistors are very typical. They're like when you put a wire in. It doesn't matter which direction. They can go positive to negative or negative to positive, and it doesn't really matter. The flow of electrons will continue through it either way. The thing that's great about resistance, what it does is creates like a friction, and a resistor gets hot. And what it does, it dissipates the energy. It turns it the electricity into heat energy, and then the heat energy leaves the circuit. Up above are different resistors. Resistors, you can determine what type of resistor they are based off the lines and colors that are on them. The symbol is this wavy look. And then on the resistors, your resistors, they tell you how much they resist. All right. Henry, you have your hand up.
I had a question. In hair dryers, they use wires to make them hot. Are they using a bunch of resistors to make the wires hot, and then the heat is transferred into the air?
I believe so. That's exactly how they work. I'm not an expert on that, but with my knowledge that I do have, and there's a chance I could be completely incorrect, I believe that's how they work. They flow electricity through them. They use a resistor, and it heats. Yeah, okay. Great connection. And if anyone else knows that better than I do, please raise your hand and share. But thank you, Henry. All right. If you don't want to raise your hand about it, you can always type it in. Okay. Let's keep moving forward. Oh, Brendan has his hand raised. Go ahead, Brendan. Brendan.
Well, I don't exactly know how it's formed, but I know how. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. And I just figured out. I learned recently, about a week ago, in a science camp that a fan will kind of blow. It won't exactly. The air comes from the atoms, or like blow the atoms towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Atoms in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very good. Yeah, the fan blows.
So I'm assuming there's like a fan in there somehow, and I'm not sure how.
Yeah, there's a motor in there that's connected to a fan blade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it. Let me see Katie has something to say. Go ahead, Katie.
I had the press switch and the red light, and I made a circuit. And so when I pressed the button to turn it on, well, when I took my hands off, the light went off.
Was your hand being used as the basically a wire?
No.
It might have not been completely connected.
It was. So when I pressed the button, it would turn on, and then when I put my hand off of the button, the light would turn off.
Okay, cool. So you're physically, mechanically controlling the flow of your current. Very good. Very good. And Marissa says she knows what you did. All right, cool. All right, let me mute that. Max has something to say. Yes, Max. What's happening?
I think I know why her snap circuit stopped working when she took her hand off. I think it might have had to do with the pressure she was putting on. Maybe it wasn't like completely snapped on. The pressure she would put on was holding it together.
Okay, good. Great answer, Max. Thank you for that help and support. Let's go with Marissa. Marissa, go ahead.
Yeah, Katie, it depends on which switch she was using. Was she using S1 or S2?
Let me unmute Katie and we'll find out. Katie, go ahead.
I was using the button.
The S1,
I think it was
It says it on
S2.
S1 or S2?
S2.
S2, then that's why. That one it turns off. It's a button. It turns off when you take your hand off of it. That's why.
Oh, I thought it was a button where you turn it on and then it would stay on, and then when you press it again, it would turn off.
That's the S1. S1 will be the one that if you turn it on, it will stay on.
Okay.
That's a.
All right. Thank you, everybody. It's great help, great collaboration. And Katie, it's basically like, you ever see those automatic closing doors at like the mall? If you hold it open, it stays open. If you let it go, it closes. Similar concept. Okay. All right. Let's keep rocking and rolling forward. See, I got Alex has his hand up. Alex, go ahead. Alex, you're muted. Okay. All right. All right. Next, as we talk about switches, as I said, a switch will start or stop the flow of electrical current. And within your snap circuit, your S1 or S2, and then if you get more advanced, they even have like an S3. Not an S3, but it's a potentiometer, which is basically a switch that has a resistor in it. So you actually can increase or decrease resistance with a slide of a switch. Is mechanical. You're physically controlling, just like your light switch. You hit your light switch, you shut off the connection to the circuit, so your light in your bedroom doesn't turn on. If you hit the other direction, you can turn it on, okay? And as you can see, that's our symbol for a switch. All right, next are diodes. The major diode that you're going to be working with is a light emitting diode, otherwise known as an LED. LEDs are used in so much stuff. All right. Trying to just clicks a lot. All right, now. All right, now. LEDs they're different when you're working with diodes. They only allow current to flow in one direction under normal circumstances. So if you're using these light emitting diodes, in your cases, that's your D1, D2, D3 are your diodes. I believe you guys have D1 and D2. If they're not inserted the right way, the circuit won't operate correctly. So it's important that you use your diodes correctly. Don't always like, oh, it's broken, it's not working. Marissa states she has an LED flashlight. LEDs are very common nowadays because they don't use a lot of energy. Next, ICs are integrated circuits, otherwise known as chips. If you try to play music or the different boards that look like this, they are pre-coded. They're programmable. so they're usable. They typically have transistors in them, so they can store energy. Now, not transistors, excuse me. And you possibly will get to use these. Max, you have your hand raised. Max, go ahead.
What does the A1 circuit do?
A1, I'd have to see an image of it to know exactly off the top of my head, Max.
It's the one, it's like the regular size circuit, but it has like the line with the little humps on it.
Can you take a picture of it and send it to me? Hold on, let me see. You said A1?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes, that one.
I don't know off the top of my head. I have to look that up.
Okay.
Okay. If you look in your manual, it'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
In your instructions. It's in the front table of contents. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next thing, capacitors. Capacitors are really cool, but also can be dangerous. Capacitors are made to store electrical charges or energy, and they can charge it up and then discharge it when it's needed. If you ever have done like a tear apart activity where you've like maybe tore open an old radio or camera or something, you find one of these in it, depending on how old it is, it possibly could still have power in the transistors. All right. So it's always caution that you need to have with that. All right. Brendan has his hand up. Go ahead, Brendan.
I used an LED light connected the switch and a light bulb, and a battery pack thingy. First, I used a red one and it didn't work, and I flipped it the other way and it did.
Awesome.
Then I tried putting the green one right behind it and connecting it to the red one, and both of them lit up.
Very good. Very good.
I'm just wondering, and I'm thinking it was probably because it went in the circle,
Yep.
traveled around.
You put in a series circuit. Very good.
Yes.
Nice job, Brendan. All right, let's go with Marissa. You have your hand up?
Oh, dang it, I forgot what I was going to say.
All right, well, think about it. If you remember, raise your hand again. We'll call on you. All right, thanks, Marissa. All right, next is a breadboard. Your version of a breadboard here is the plastic plate that you snap all your snap circuits onto. Originally, breadboards were literally created out of boards that were made for cutting bread because they were durable, they're thick, you could drill holes in them, you could connect wires and circuits and make circuits on top of them, attach it to them. All right? So they were made for like prototyping. All right, now that is breadboards. All right. Marissa, your hands back up.
Yeah, I remembered. What does the whistle clip do?
Whistle chip?
Yeah, the whistle chip, whatever it is. The whistle chip.
That's another one I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I can't be more help. What you can do is look it up in your table of contents. What I will try to do is make note
of the experiment books that came with the.
Yeah, in the front of them, and some of them, they explain the different parts and what they're for.
Yeah, I was looking through the experiment books and I saw the whistle clip and it said wave your hand over it and I was like, huh? And then it didn't work, so I was like, huh?
What I think it is, I think it's a type of diode that detects light.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100%. I don't trust my gut 100%, but I think that's what it is.
Okay. Thanks.
But I will look into those for Wednesday. Okay.
Oh, and I won't be here Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll put in the recording, hopefully. All right. Okay. Let's next. We have a cable, and here's your version of a cable. All right. for connecting. And then we have our battery packs. And as we said, we keep saying circle, but we need to have a circle for our current to flow through, hence with our circuits. No short circuits, no open circuits. Please complete your circuits. We don't want to have breaks in them. All right, what I want you to do, take about 2 minutes to do this. See if you can read the schematic. Make this schematic with your snap circuits. Give you 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. Once you're done, raise your hand or type in done. Katie, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I was wondering, what if you had like a light, and then you had the two switches, S1 and S2, and then so you pressed on the button, and then you turn the switch off. Which one would have more power? What would the light do? Go off or go on?
Think of it this way: to have them both work, you have to have both of them flowing, energy through.
Okay.
All right, kind of like this. Have you ever, the shut-off valve that shuts the water off for your whole house?
Yeah.
If you have that off, but you have the spigot in your sink is on, is water going to flow out of it?
No.
Now, do the inverse. If you have your spigot off in your kitchen, but the main valve's off, is water going to flow?
No.
But if you have them both on, is water going to flow?
Yes.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Try it out.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Great question, Katie. I like that you're thinking. Zach. You're unmuted, Zach.
I'm just saying that mine worked.
Awesome job.
Mine worked.
Awesome job. Good job. Long distance high five. Bam. All right, let's go with, okay, Alex is done. Some Katie's done. Brendan's done. Brendan, Max, Taha. Oh, it worked. Bam. High five, Max. Nice job. That's a quote. All right. All right, everybody. All right. Let's check it out. Depending on, you might have had something look like this, or you might have used a different idea. You might use the S2, right? Now, remember, for review, series and parallel. Series, the current goes in one loop only. Parallel, the circuit splits into more than one direction, like in these very simple pictures. Okay? Now, what I want you to do, it's user's choice now. I want you to make your own series and parallel circuits. How are they the same and different? That's what I want you to think about. You can integrate LEDs. You can try doing LEDs and motors and try different things. Just be careful when you try different things, because it is possible to short out certain aspects of your snap circuit. So if you're trying something you're not real sure about, use a resistor with it, because it'll help drop some of that voltage down. All right? If you understand my directions, raise your hand. All right. Give it a try. All right. And I'm going to put everyone's hands down. And once you have done this, you'd like to share what you did, please raise your hand. Alex, you have your hand up.
I did it.
Nice. Solid. What'd you do?
I made the light bulb and the switch thing.
Okay. This right here? You did this, Alex?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Have you done this now, making your own choice?
I did that before.
Okay. Thank you for notifying me, Alex. Appreciate it. Katie.
What does X1 do?
Let me look.
It's a button. Black button.
It's a black
By
button.
U6.
It's by U6.
Go up.
Up here?
No. It's by U6. And then go up 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. I am not sure. Oh, it's a microphone.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. You could probably on your own find one of the activities in your books to build it so you can talk into it.
Oh, that's cool. And then it could probably come out the speakers.
Very good observation. Nice job, Katie. Try out that hypothesis. All right. Thank you. Let's go with Max. Yeah, Max.
Something really, really weird happened to mine.
All right. Explain.
So it turns out, actually, when I turn it off, when I turn it on, it goes off, and when I turn it off, it goes on.
You probably just have the connections backwards.
Yeah, but also something really weird else happens when I turn it off and I connect one of the pieces. One light goes on, but when I disconnect it, it goes off. But that's when it turns off, but that's when it's off.
Okay.
Then when I turn it on, everything goes out.
Interesting. And it's probably the way you have things connected that you're bypassing your switches. Does that make sense, Max?
Yeah, I'm flipping it around right now and seeing if it happens.
Okay. All right. Let me know, Max. I'm going to call on a few other people since we're starting to run out of time. Marissa, go ahead.
Two things. One thing is, are we supposed to have all the pieces that you showed on that picture that has like
no,
you
ma'am.
were talking to Katie? Are you supposed to have all the pieces? Because some of those pieces, like one of the pieces Katie pointed out, I was like, I don't think I have that piece.
No, you're not. I know some people in this class already have their own. They already previously owned a Snap Circuit kit, and Snap Circuit makes their cases. They make their cases and the foam pieces, the foam holders. But what they do is they have different stages of the kits, and they just fill up the foam pieces, but there'll be vacant spots. The document that I have, I downloaded from Snap Circuit. It's made for teachers, and it has every piece on it that they make. I don't even own some of these pieces myself. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and also, is there anything I need to know for Wednesday or Saturday? Like, are we supposed to bring our Snap Circuit kits to the lab or something?
You can bring it on Saturday, but you probably won't need it. Mr. Dubik should be bringing his own kits. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Marissa. All right. It is 7:31. Unless anyone has other questions or like to share things, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Katie, I'm working out with Mr. Dubik when I'm going to come to Raleigh, okay? I coach a first Lego League robotics team, and we compete on weekends, so I'm trying to work that out. All right. So if you need to leave, go ahead. I'm going to sit here and answer some questions. All right. Marissa, you still have your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the webinar.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being a great student and participating and working hard. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alex, go ahead. Alex, you have yourself muted. All right. Alex, until you unmute yourself, I'm going to go to Henry. All right. Henry.
I don't know if this is a parallel or a series, but I got the motor to run. I mean, I got the sounds to run the music.
Very cool. Nice job, Henry. Very cool. Good job, Henry.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Henry. And we'll go to Max. Yeah, Max.
I switched around my switch and it has the same effect. It still is when I turn it on, it's off, and then when I turn it off, it's on.
Is it on the negative or the positive side of your circuit? Like
well, I built the circle circuit where it goes around in the circle.
Okay, you built the basic series.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Take a picture of it and put it on Edmodo, okay, Max?
Okay.
All right, thanks, Max. All right, and let's go with Alex. Alex, go ahead.
What?
You raised your hand, Alex. I'm calling on you.
Why do I have my hand raised? No, you didn't raise your hand. My hand wasn't raised.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I forgot to lower my hand.